Alright guys, this month's Patreon videos are Kashmir by Led Zeppelin, Life in the Fastlane by the Eagles, and also Thunderstruck by ACDC. So hopefully we see you there. Link in the video description.
Hey guys, hope your day was a great life. We're back with some Opeth, dude.
It's first Opeth. Actually, I've never even heard of this band, so we just had some people.
I've seen like Opeth reaction videos like surfing around, but I haven't like clicked on any of them. But they seem like interesting, you know. I heard they're kind of like a Tool-ish, progressive, like metal-ish with like jazz, classical influence, like all kinds of influences.
Either way, we are incredibly excited to go into it. But before we do, make sure to hit that subscribe button to make sure you're updated on all of our videos, and you get to see us every time we drop.
Yep,
so
damn straight. Let's go and dive into it, man.
Ooh. Oh, fucking beautiful. Okay, so very Tool-like.
Yeah, at first, like when it first like kicked in and like dropped in terms of like the heaviness, I felt like, oh, that's not how Tool typically does like right off the bat. You know what I mean? I guess they can sometimes, but it didn't feel like that same type of progressive metal-y like vibe. Yeah. But then like certain parts where the bass and like the drum were kind of like working together, that's where I felt like that Tool vibe towards like the 1.5 minute mark or so.
Yeah, the reason I stopped it is the vocal line in this. When he starts actually singing, there's a couple notes that feel like they're in a major key when the rest of the song is in minor, and it's very unexpected. I like it a lot. It almost feels like a classic rock song, like an upbeat classic rock song. Yeah. And it's kind of jarring in a way, but in a cool way, where it's juxtaposed really nicely. So just wanted to make a note of that because I really appreciated it. I'm sure it's going to come up in the future. So just
100%. All right, so I'm bringing it back and dive into it.
All right.
Resistance. to see a beloved son in despair of what's to come.
That was intense, man.
Yeah, the ending.
I wasn't ready for like that song. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I wasn't. I don't think I was like mentally prepared to like actually get into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot.
At like in the first like minute ish of the song, I was like, oh, this is like an acquired taste kind of band. And there's still
exact
truth.
Same thing.
There's truth to that. But then as the song like went on, there were like these milestones where they would impress me in like a different like
way,
shape, you know, type of way, to where like by the end I'm like, damn, they're good. Like they still are an acquired taste to like some artists, especially to like different audiences. But I feel like overall, like, dude, talent is there, the innovation is there, like just like the skillful playing is there, like the drummer's insane, like the guitar has oozing like emotion through his solos. You know what I mean? Like usually like in a lot of like groups like with like metal vibes, you know, and this type of progressiveness, like the guitar solos can come off as like almost like too melodic, where I can't feel like what they're feeling.
Yeah, it almost the way, and we've talked about this previously, but not a specific song, but other songs and other playing like that. And I think you'd agree with me when it almost comes across robotic, like how complicated and weird can I make this? Like how out there can I make this? Rather than I'm going out there for a reason. It's just out there for out thereir's sake.
And that's where they blew that stereotype out of the water, and they fucking just ooze so much emotion through his like instrument, there was, like a couple times over.
There was a couple sections I was chord-wise that I thought was very interesting, and I'm normally not like, I love jazz, I love weird chord structures and weird phrasings of things. And there was a couple of them that led me into like, oh, here's where they're going with it, and they went a totally different direction. Would never have guessed they were going there. And a lot of times that can be jarring, but they did it very, very well. And I mean, there were specific parts. If you listen back to and so that I loved. I thought it was great. They pulled it off very well.
The rhythm aspect of the song was insane. Like the drummer, like just throughout the song, kept doing different things. Like that was blowing my mind.
Yeah, there's a couple times I felt he was a little over the top with the double bass. and this is just a personal opinion of mine, I think sometimes it can be used as a crutch. When
Right.
it's like, ooh, how like just do these quick double kick rolls.
Yeah.
And it almost kind of overpowers everything else. And to me, that's the least impressive part of his playing specifically. So there's only 1 or 2 times I felt like that, where I was like, oh, wow, I wish he would have done that and done something different.
Yeah.
But other than that, he was a phenomenal drummer.
Yeah, the way he fell into like
Grooves.
yeah, there was like 7 different like types of grooves that he like fell into at different points, like utilizing different just like techniques almost. Where I was just like, damn, like it was just
Yeah.
like,
And in
like,
those
fast
moments,
grooves.
those are the moments where I was like, he's a really phenomenal drummer.
Yeah, like the first like half of the song, it's kind of like
Yeah.
like just straight on, but
Kinda
then
blast beaty
Yeah,
a
but then
little
like
bit.
the last like half of the song, there were like several moments where it kind of like so like even though it was like still a fast paced song, there was like a slow groove you can kind of groove to. Like you would see like my head nod, and even though it's like fast paced, I'm still kind of like feeling that like
it's the
that
backbeat. There's a really cool backbeat having
Exactly,
where the
like,
kick and the snare are
simultaneously.
just like it's really it's grooving in. It's like kind of 6/8 feel where it feels like
Yeah.
a ship rocking in the ocean, right? So even though there's a lot going on, you kind of feel this overall doing the whole
Yeah.
background of it. Even though it's like crazy in between those parts, there's still that consistent pulse to let it groove.
Yeah.
So I thought that was great.
What would you rate this song, my dude?
Okay, well, probably an 8.5.
Okay.
And I say that I am not a huge fan of the growled vocals, like the like the low growl.
Yeah.
I do think it's an acquired taste, and I just haven't acquired that taste yet. With
Yeah.
that being said,
That's the one element that really made me think acquired taste. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really just is. It's not like, in terms of like vocals, like in this type of genre, like definitely like Tool's Maynard Keenan, like that
Yeah.
style of like distortion
and a lot of
slash,
like the da 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 da
Yeah.
da 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 da, like very Tool-y. Like in the tom fills he was doing over top of
Yeah.
that, but that's not a bad thing. I mean, really,
that's really just preference.
it's just kind
at
of the
that point.
genre,
Yeah.
the genre that this is in. But that being said, I do like how they utilize it sparingly.
Yeah.
And now part of that I guarantee is my own bias, just not really liking that, or not. Yeah, that's not my favorite thing.
Yeah.
But overall, so my enjoyment of it was just a little less because
Yeah,
of
my
that.
thing's like I can throw respect all over the technique,
And
and that shit is hard to
And
do.
I'll tell you, it didn't sound bad. It definitely didn't sound bad.
Yeah.
What he was doing, I could tell, was very skillful. In what
It's
he
just in
was.
terms of like personal preference of what
Yeah.
is sonically like appealing to like you know our ears in that
Yeah.
sense. But like in terms of like talent invested like to perform that type of like thing is insane. Like, and I wonder also like ask like can they do this live? Like, let's say this song for example. Like what's like
Yeah.
the best like live like rendition of
That'd be
this
cool to see.
track?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So 8.5 because of that, and also there was a couple spaces like I was talking about where I think they're very, very technical band, but you have to meet technicality with also maturity and where you put it. And I think there's a couple spots where I was like, that. At least in my opinion, I thought it was a little over the top for no reason.
Yeah.
Like again, the kick thing was just like at a couple spots, not the whole time. The whole time overall was like 85-90% of the song was perfect. But there was a couple spots where I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that kind of is jarring, or maybe not the most tasteful thing there.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it like an 8.8 because I see myself like in the car, like if I'm on like a decently length drive, kind of throwing this on to like just revisit it, just to like
Yeah.
see how it feels over time, how it develops, like how that acquired taste kind of like how
Changes.
maybe I can like get used to his vocals and kind of like start to dig it, you know, maybe as time goes on. But as personal preference, yeah, like that 8.75.
Nice. I mean, I think that's good. Really, overall,
Yeah,
great.
I feel like I just don't have like the credibility to judge it based off of like technicality because I did not understand half of like what was going on. I could pick apart the elements and pieces of what they were doing, but in terms of understanding why, like, the theory of why they're doing this versus that,
Yeah, it's
I
probably
have no credibility. So it's
Yep.
like it's just preference at that point, you know?
Yep. So that being said, let us know if there's more Opeth songs we should check out. We do plan on checking them out in the future. Yeah, you know our taste, you know our preferences. But so we're kind of going out of our comfort zone a little bit.
100%.
But let us know down in the comments and comment what you guys think about it, how you liked it. There's a lot of parts. Maybe what was your favorite part of it? That being said, remember to comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.